If you get into why the future doesn't need us, and you get into what Ray Kurzweil and Google and others are talking about, they go, oh, you're lucky we don't just step on you like you're a bug once we merge with machines. We're just going to be the new superhumans, and you're all going to be dead. That's Ted Turner. That's Bill Clinton. That's David Rockefeller. Pull it up, you ABC.
Testing. System ready.
Exterminating 80 to 90% of the world population. Folks, I know this stuff sounds crazy. They're the crazy ones. Now, even if they ever get those plans into place, it shows in a 21st century worldview what old elites would do when they got inbred and crazy. They would just start wars or start killing people or thinking they were God. It's called megalomania, and the old evil Nazi collaborator, George Soros, knows mainstream media is totally discredited. That's why in 1998, 60 Minutes had him on. He bragged and said, I'm not ashamed of being a Nazi. I did what I had to do to survive. In fact, it was free market. I filled a niche. I'm proud of it. In 2017, he has his minion get up there from the CIA, Anderson Cooper, and say it never happened. Alex Jones made it up, despite the fact we have the clip. That shows how weak they are. They know they're exposed. So just tell bigger lies. Talk about Hitler and the big lie theory. So when you financially support us by buying something, name it, to help wake yourself and others up more, it funds us to continue to reach out to others and have other great brains on the broadcast like Gerald Salente. And so that's why it's a revolutionary act to financially support this broadcast. And we've got specials that are ending in the next few days. 50% off Brain Force, just the known highest quality, healthy, organic compounds for healthy, more active, focused brain. 20% now and more in each bottle. We're doing 50% off, not because it's not selling. We sold so much of it, it's gotten so popular that I ordered the biggest order ever of it. So I could do it 50% off to see if my free market idea would work, to sell even more at lower prices, make you even happier, and fund ourselves to expand. A win-win. It's worked. I thought we had a 2-month supply. It'll be sold out in a couple weeks at this rate, so I've got it in the special in the next few days, and then put it back to regular price until more comes in. That is going to end in the next few days. Secret 12, 40% off about to end. Survival Shield X2, 40% off about to end. BioTrue Selenium for mustard seeds, strong formulation, 40% off. The new specials, they'll continue for a week or more. Anthroplex until they sell out, 50% off. That's the dry form of Super Male Vitality. And Super Male Vitality, 30% off. Highest quality, known, organic, high quality herbs, ladies and gentlemen, that have passed the strict, almost impossible California standards until we know someday what we've talked about we know they're going to do. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, it's all available at InfoWarsLive.com, InfoWarsStore.com, or 888-253-3139. And again, Gerald Salente has his Trends Journal. He has his free updates you can sign up for and get as well. It is critical. An absolute act of war against the globalists. I know that you already know all about this stuff. But ladies and gentlemen, your friends, your family, your neighbors don't. We're in a war. People are ready to wake up now. So please support the broadcast. Please get the word out. Trendsresearch.com. Gerald, we've only got about 5 minutes left in this segment. I've got another one. I want to get into political correctness and culture war with you. But instead of me asking some of the questions here, what else is front and center on your trends, your predictions, the whole Trump era, different possible futures that you see, and what happens if they kill President Trump, something they're publicly trying to organize?
Well, going on to the future, and what we see is that we're talking about the populist movements. You know, our method of tracking trends is called globalnomic. It means making connections between different fields. We're talking about populism and nationalism. One thing to really consider and again, the motto is think for yourself, is what's going on with these cryptocurrencies. This is real. This isn't dying. It's an expression of people's disgust with the fiat currencies and the globalized central bankers. This is like my generation, it was buying gold. I bought my first gold buy at $187.50 an ounce. And now today, the millennials, their gold is cryptocurrency. It all ties together. We're looking at a breakdown of a fight among the people against the system, and this is one of the ways of breaking the system. Because if you break the bank, then you're really in trouble. That's why you got a guy like Jamie Dimon screaming out that Bitcoin is a fraud. And after all, he should know what a fraud is. But he's saying it because it's going to put the banks out of business. That's why the banks don't like it. Number two, very important, and I'm sure your audience knows it, but for those that may have not heard it, China is now accepting when they buy Iranian oil or Russian oil, instead of paying them in petrodollars, US dollars that were based on oil prices, they're paying them in yuan and saying you can cash the yuan in for gold. This is big. Now, remember, the deal of the petrodollar was made between Nixon and the Saudi king back in about 1974. Now they're saying to Saudi Arabia, the Chinese, no, we're not going to buy your oil and pay you in dollars. We're going to pay you in yuan. They're telling the Saudis this. And they may buy 5% of Aramco, the big Saudi company that they're going to, the oil field, the giant oil company of Saudi Arabia that they're going to put on the market. They may buy 5% of this. The reason I'm mentioning this, if the petrodollar dies, the US dollar will crash, and so too will the economy. This is a reality. This isn't just speculation. It's happening in front of us. So what does that mean? Well, the cryptocurrencies, they're trying to stop those in a lot of countries. So what will people buy when their value of the fiat currencies dies? Gold and silver.
Continue with the Bretton Woods Agreement and the petrodollar.
What's going to happen, China deal with dollars anymore. So they're not taking the petrodollar. They're not taking US bucks. They're giving, so when I'm buying your oil, I'm Chinese, I'm buying your Saudi Arabian oil, I'm not going to pay you in bucks. I'm anymore.
Texas and hundreds of other big institutions, while gold went down for a while, now it's coming. They're the ones that are actually getting into it.
Yeah, and again, if this down, the US dollar crashes, you'll be going to Walmart's with a real barrel of money like they used to do in Weimar Republic, Germany.
That's right. Let's talk more about the dark side of the economy. We're hoping things get better and we're rooting for it. But what happens if the globalists are able to stop Trump? We'll talk about it with Gerald Celente. We're not just going to have to end the next week the Brain Force Plus special 50% off. I'm going to have to end even sooner our caveman, ultimate paleo, bone broth, turmeric, chaga mushroom, bee pollen, and more concentrate. You talk about next level meal replacement. Next level compared to whey. It's great to mix with whey and then make shakes. It's incredible. My son is growing like a weed using it. It's bigger than I am already. 15, incredible. It is amazing. InfoWarsLife.com, 50% off caveman, but only a few days left. It's about to end. And folks, the globalists hate it when you do this. We're the tip of the spear because we're fearless, we're bold, because we understand the stakes are too high. The globalists win, we're all slaves. So don't thank me for what I'm doing. I want to thank you. We're all in this together. And when you get the great Bolon Lambe t-shirts, you get the great books and videos, you're fighting the tip of the spear. Again, visit InfoWarsStore.com today and commit to helping the InfoWar.
Choose to take control of your chemistry with Survival Shield X2 and BioTrue Selenium. This powerful combo is perfect for supporting your thyroid and health. BioTrue Selenium's formula is far from synthetic and is made from a source of 100% organic mustard seed. Our super high-quality Nicotine chemistry and health.
This lotion by Emmerich Essentials. Stop exposing yourself and your family to toxic ingredients. Visit InfoWarsStore.com and learn more about the new SPF 30 sunscreen lotion.
You're listening to The Alex Jones Show. Listening to an InfoWars.com frontline report. If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance.
Normally if 3 people have been shot dead and others have been shot, and there was a guy on the run in a major city, you'd hear about it. But not if he's a black guy who's a Muslim. Maryland State Police release ID of at-large shooter Rahid Labib Prince.
Into this house,
armed and dangerous. Okay, let's scroll down and read some of this article. We're going to post it up on InfoWars.com. There you go. Rahid Labib is suspected of shooting 5 people in Maryland Business Park this morning. 5 people were shot, 3 have been reported dead. He remains at large and considered armed and dangerous. The story's developing. But of course, it's not on CNN, it's not on Fox, it's not because, well, that's why they shut down the whole story in Vegas, folks. Because when there's an Islamic attack, in a moment also get into the dark side of an economy imploding, where he sees all of that unfolding. But first I want to get into this. There is a report out where an economist and financial researcher that I know has been a pretty smart guy, and I know that Gerald has, at least I've seen written some nice things about. Mark Faber resigns after saying, thank God white people populated America. Now, let's be clear about this. You can play a clip of that. So he responds saying, well, whites have built civilization. Why does everybody say they're so bad? Because you don't see that being built in Africa today. My issue is this. Europeans have been barbarous as well, but the Renaissance was an idea of not doing that. And so why is it under such attack? I've got a clip right here of Monroe Bergdorf on racism in the UK. This is a program on the BBC. We played a lot of these clips where people go on and denounce that white people are inherently evil. Now, Hitler said Jews were inherently evil. So I'm not saying blacks are inherently evil. I'm not saying anybody's inherently evil. There's bad groups everywhere. It can be cultural. It can also be genetic tendencies in a family, whatever. GZ, don't use the wrong word, I'll get arrested. Barbarous, more violent, more evil. Actually, crime statistics show, say it's cultural, whatever. In the U.S., blacks are 10 times more likely. Similar numbers in Europe, and it's even higher with Muslims. But, I mean, I'm just saying the statistics. But you're saying I'm inherently a bad person. So why don't you resign? Oh, because it's racist against whites. What you say is 5 times more brutal than what Fox is having a unified culture of free market, open, real societies. But let's go ahead and play the clip of the racist training.
If white people want to see an improvement for people of colour, they need to understand that racism is not learned, it's inherited, and either consciously or unconsciously passed down through privilege. The uncomfortable truth is that the white race is the most violent and oppressive force of nature on earth. My worry is that whatever governments do to tinker with institutional racism, it is so ingrained in the fabric of British society that it is too late to do anything about it.
And then I've got all these videos of the new thing is men dressed up like women, but then in demon clown outfits, going and scaring kids at school libraries. And it's like, look, if we could put a guy in a demon clown outfit in a room with a bunch of little kids, I mean, you'd run at the park from these guys, but it's okay because they're like this group on a pedestal telling you that you're inherently bad because you're white. What is going on with ABC, NBC, CBS, BBC, all of these groups force-feeding this? What is this, Gerald Celente?
It's happened as soon as Trump started running. It's the division of America. And that's when it really began. And that woman who was mentioning this, oh yeah, things are lovely, right? Aren't they beautiful over there in Somalia? How many just died the other day? Oh, only a little over 300. Oh, a beautiful day in the Congo. I think I'm going to take my next vacation in Mali. Maybe Niger, maybe Cameroon. Look what's going on in Africa. Good and bad comes in all races, creeds, and colors. They're doing this to divide the nation. And of course, America is definitely a racist nation. I mean, after all, the last president we had, Obama, I think he was a couple of shades lighter than me. And who was the attorney general? Oh, yeah, that garbage piece of crap. Oh, I shouldn't say that. Eric Holder. Hold this, Eric. The guy that didn't bring one of those banksters to jail. I think he was a couple
and
of
Jay
shades.
Johnson, a black guy, and Loretta Lynch, but it's just, no, it's white people's fault.
How about Condoleezza Rice? How about that low-life piece of garbage who sold us the Iraq War? Colin Powell. Oh, you know what, Alex, you know what passes through the colon.
Why is he named after the final part of the lower intestine?
Because he's crap. Look what he did. That he should be brought up on war crime tribunals with his little piece of colon crap showing us this is proof.
But wait a minute. White people are the only people that do bad. That's not racist.
And so what I'm saying is, are there racists? Of course there are. Are there people that don't like Italians? Don't like Jews? Don't like... Of course. They're ignorant people. This is not a racist country. We elected a black
and
president.
They know we're not, so they use our weakness that we don't want to be racist against us because they know we have a conscience, and I'm sick of it.
Again, when Obama got elected, and I'm doing media all over the world, he was going to be the savior. Remember, he won the Nobel Peace of Crap Prize. After he got it, he sends 30,000 more troops to Afghanistan, kills over 4,000 innocent people with drone strikes. Quote, I'm really good at killing people. Oh, does it make a difference whether you're black, white, male, female, whatever religion you believe in, good and bad comes in all of them. It's the media that's dividing us. Now, as a trend forecaster, I'm going to tell you one of our top trends for 2018. You know that they're dividing us. If you're a company, if you're selling a product, whatever you're doing, sell unity. Not unity to fight someone. Go back to, remember that song? Remember how...
What about the love train? What about the love train? Because they say Black Lives Matter, whites and cops are evil. That's not unity, that's race war. We say let's just all come together and be free and be good.
Exactly. And as trend forecasters, we tell our clients, this is a direction to go in. As they're dividing, you unite. We're all in this together. We're all Americans. We're all here because it was the land of opportunity that our ancestors came to. We're here because of the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. So let's get straight over here. You want to go somewhere else? Leave. But if you want to be an American, live by the principles of what made this country great at one time.
That's right. And what the globalists are doing is they're saying throw out all the rules, forget those, don't look at them, even though it's the plan that move forward to try to actually make people have equal opportunity. They want to destroy that and give us the global model that's totally secret, totally authoritarian, and has slave factories all over the world. What are we doing listening to these people? It's so obvious. Then we get their internal WikiLeaks, and they say, we're going to use racial division to control the general population while we basically use them and make them poor so we can control them into the future. I mean, they're literally dynamiting the ladders up to success, admitting it, and then telling us how altruistic they are.
Again, look at Obama. He used to brag about all the jobs he created. Folks. He folks us, all right. He created 94% of the jobs that were created, according to the Harvard-Princeton study, are temporary jobs. So they're using the racism, divisiveness, because they're stealing all our dough. The money's right. Everybody knows where it went to the 1%. We're not making this stuff up.
So let me ask you this question. Why do they hate Trump so much? Not that he's perfect, but they really hate him.
Because he's not a member of the club, and he's destroying it at different levels. That's it. And by the way, I was with Anthony Frieda a couple of weeks ago. He's the illustrator, as you well know, for our magazine.
Famous guy.
Work. And we had lunch with Robert Trump, Donald Trump's brother, that Anthony Frieda knows. And he was very gentlemanly and very, respectful. And they hate Trump because he's anti-establishment. Does he do a lot of things I like? No. But he's anti-establishment. And he's turned over the whole system, and that's why they're against him. We've never had this happen in our lifetime when someone gets elected where they go after them continually.
Absolutely. Stay there. Do 5 more minutes with us. I want to ask you about that and what we can do to continue this revolution of prosperity before everything totally implodes. Let's talk about that.
Support good oral health with our one-of-a-kind Super Blue fluoride-free products. InfoWars Life brings you a revolutionary toothpaste blend with iodine and nano silver designed to deliver a powerful clean. Enjoy a minty fresh flavor made with peppermint oil or try our bubblegum flavor. Pair this groundbreaking toothpaste with the Super Blue fluoride-free mouthwash and supercharge your oral health. Our amazing mouthwash features natural oils and ancient ingredients used since Aboriginal and biblical times. Instead of containing fluoride, our Super Blue line is loaded with a good halogen iodine and an array of other beneficial compounds that have been hand-selected for their oral health benefits. Super Blue fluoride-free mouthwash and toothpaste are the first and only to contain all of these natural ingredients. Xylitol, nano silver, and iodine. Notice the difference with our Super Blue fluoride-free products. Refresh your breath and invigorate your oral health routine at InfoWarsStore.com. That's InfoWarsStore.com. To be calm.
And we're already seeing it in certain markets. The high-end homes, the ones 1.5 million, they're not selling like they used to. They're not selling at all in some areas. The high expensive luxury condominiums aren't selling. We believe it's peaking out at the top. If interest rates go up too fast, they're going to go up 25% in December. 25 basis points in December. That's not a lot. That'll be able to hold it. But if they raise them, say, 3 more times in 2018, you're going to see this thing come down. They won't blame it on the populists. They won't blame it on Trump. They'll blame it on the bigs. That's where it's coming from, and those are the globalists. They're taking over the entire world. They've taken over the markets. So when this stock market goes down, who's it going to affect? The 5%? Because the rest of the people aren't in it. So the other thing, too, that's important is that, we were you know me a lot of years. When Trump got elected, within days, we said the Trump rally was real. It's still going on. If there's not a correction, and there has to be one, at the end of this month, we're saying there'll be about a 10% correction in January, February, or March. But if we make it through October, then it'll be free sailing until then. Because the market is, it's blown up. But again, earnings are high. So that's positive, too.
All right, Gerald Celente, always thought-provoking, always powerful. Trendsresearch.com. Everybody bookmark that. And Gerald, please join us anytime you want to come on. Not just when I think to get you on, please. We're live like 10 hours a day now. So please join us on this transmission and the others. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and thank you for all that you do.
We're in this together. This is an exciting fight. We're fighting really some corrupt bad guys, and it's fun to fight them. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're running the biggest special we've ever had for our best-selling product, organic. We got it. Ellen owns and is involved, makes money on slot machines with the whole MGM leftist combine. Okay, so there you go. And now you got Vegas police wanting journalist Laura Loomer for the missing security guard because he didn't want to be found. They said he had to, I guess, get his 4 or 5 days of debriefing ready before the stories changed yet again. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, Soros is like cockroaches meet herpes. It's like herpes with legs. It won't go away. It always comes back. I don't want to just sit here and make him the devil that's involved, but every time I got some group showing me, it's the New York Federal Reserve Board member, or it's George Soros funded, or it's, I mean, these people are after us. It's okay, because as they turn the heat up on us, Hillary had almost 3 billion, Trump 400-something million, we beat him. He just went from billions a year globally to 18 billion trying to destroy everybody. It's not going to work as long as you understand this is a war, as long as you spread the articles and the videos, as long as you get politically involved, as long as you videotape yourself or start your own YouTube or whatever you do, just get vocal, call C-SPAN, go to InfoWarsStore.com, get the great supplements, triumph yourself, get a CNN fake news t-shirt, wear it out in public, meet like-minded people, get 50% off Anthroplex, male and female, libido, stamina, enhancement, you name it, especially the dry form, super male vitality. It's 50% off. Never done that before because I did this thing of going to 50% off sometimes. Folks love it. They buy even more. We bring in even more money doing this. The problem is it sells out of stuff. We have supply problems. Then we end up losing money. It takes a lot of money to run this operation. We're trying to expand. Please financially support us. Commit today. An additional 10% off if you sign up for auto ship. You can cancel anytime with one mouse click free. Sign up every month, every 2 months, every 3 months, every 6 months so that you don't forget and you get the things like coffee and other perishables, other things that you need to reorder, like supplements. But Brain Force that Roger loves, one of the best nootropics out there, 20% more now in each bottle of Brain Force Plus. We have 50% off on that, but it's about to end. And we have some other specials as well. InfoWarsStore.com or 888-253-3139. And when you fund this operation, you thumb your nose in the face of the scumbags that stole their money, their insider trading, and all sorts of shady deals worldwide where he's been indicted and convicted and overthrowing countries and currency manipulation. You stand up against that Nazi collaborating sack of crap. So, again, thank you all for your help and support. We will defeat the demon no matter what. Yeah, they don't want to car bomb us. It turns us into martyrs. But the lady investigating, Odessa, their car did blow up a few days ago. They just try to kill our names. Unless they hit you with that polonium that time, Roger T-boned your car right after. But still, their whole Russian narrative blew up. How does it feel to be totally vindicated, to be the first person on radio and TV a year and a half ago to break down the entire narrative you've been proven correct in triplicate?
Well, Alex, I thank you for that. You were the one who called the entire charade about Donald Trump being a sexual assaulter, and the left's new attempts to revive that already discredited narrative by getting women to step forward and bear false witness against our president. You predicted it months ago. Here it has come to pass just days ago. Look, when NBC Nightly News was forced to cover the fact that the Obama Justice Department, Mueller, Comey, McCabe, and yes, Rosenstein had been caught red-handed in a massive cover-up, that they knew about Russian bribery and Russian shenanigans to get control of American-produced enriched uranium and to get Hillary Clinton and her husband paid off literally millions in order to approve a deal that allowed them to take control of our uranium mining, at least 20% of it. This has really busted Washington wide open. The exact people who are claiming that Donald Trump colluded with the Russians are the ones who were covering up Obama-Clinton collusion with the Russians. They are so busted. They are so caught red-handed.
And what was it like for you to now see Sessions finally putting on big boy pants, getting out of his little baby shorts? I'm not being mean. A fact, and saying Hillary is under criminal investigation in the Judiciary Committee meeting this morning.
Well, add that to the fact that the Senate Judiciary Committee has announced their own investigation into the Russian cover-up. It's about time.
So Mueller and all of their energy was desperately to cover up that they indeed had done it. You were the first to say that about, because you knew the history and had been in news years before about Podesta, saying his time in the barrel was coming. They used that to claim that you had gotten it from WikiLeaks, which of course you hadn't, but they changed the subject from what they've done to WikiLeaks by extension claiming you're a Russian agent when they're on the tarmac literally handing over the uranium.
Now, let's be clear. I learned about John Podesta in the Panama Papers in January of last year. I further learned about it in a stunning piece by Jerry Corsi, then of WorldNet Daily, now of InfoWars, that exposed all of the inside dealing done by John
let's
Podesta.
just get her on. She broke it. Oh, what happened to her 3 days ago?
Yeah, blown up. Isn't that amazing? The journalist who first exposed John Podesta, literally blown to hell.
Maybe it was natural causes like Seth Rich.
Well, and here's something else that you have exactly right, Alex, and that is George Soros is the evil puppet master behind all of this. The lawsuit against me by Protect Democracy, this is financed by Soros. The lawsuit against you from this wacky group in California, financed by Soros. Why are we being targeted? Because we are onto him and we are exposing him and we are making it hurt. Now, this really pains me to say, Alex, but the Dinosaur Barbecue chain in New York, some of the best barbecue I've had outside of Austin, Texas, locations, Baltimore, Brooklyn, Buffalo, Harlem, Newark, Rochester, Stamford, Syracuse, and Troy, New York, taken over, funded now by George Soros.
So do not eat there and research every group, the NFL, all of it. It's all enemies.
We are boycotting Dinosaur Barbecue, which is a shame because it's the best barbecue I've had outside of Austin.
Yeah, you know if he's taking it over, you know. It's what he does. He takes over something good, then he absolutely burns it down like Goodfellas. All right, you're taking over, my friend. It's a total war for America, 1776 Part 2. Spread the word, spread the articles, pray for us, buy the products, and we will defeat that dirty Nazi collaborator. He's going down. America's rising. Go to hell, George Soros. Go to hell, McCain.
Want revenge on the common housefly? Well, after 10,000 years, someone has finally come up with a better way.
I use some shots. This hormones you
do this.
I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man.
This is Bernie Sanders, and I know a lot of my supporters may not believe this, but I listen to Roger Stone whenever he's on InfoWars. It's a great program, at least in my opinion.
I'm Roger Stone, and you're back on the Alex Jones Show. When Senator John McCain was standing for re-election in the 2016 elections, Donald J. Trump had swept the Republican primaries and was on his way to sweeping the Arizona primary. Senator McCain was opposed in that primary in a competitive race by State Senator Kelly Ward. I implored candidate Trump to endorse Ward, or at least withhold his endorsement from John McCain. But Reince Priebus and others persuaded candidate Trump to endorse McCain, who then fairly narrowly won his primary and went on to certain re-election as Donald Trump swept Arizona, as did all Republicans in the November election. That act of kindness, in which Donald Trump could have ended the career of John McCain, has been paid back with nothing but treachery since that time. Now, John McCain's red-faced temper tantrums, his Tourette's-like outbursts of pique, his seething meltdowns, his bitterness and jealousy are things of legend in Washington. John McCain is not a man in his right mind. As a Christian, I'm going to ascribe his erratic behavior to his illness, and of course, we wish him well in that struggle against brain cancer. But yesterday, John McCain went too far. He not only attacked our president, but he attacked the movement and the voters that elected him. This is disgraceful. I think we may have a clip. If not, you can see that Drudge led with this item. Now, Donald Trump, who is a street fighter himself, a brawler, a guy who battled his way not only to the nomination over 15 more experienced candidates, but over the vaunted, well-oiled, extremely well-financed Clinton machine, had words of warning for Senator McCain. He basically said he's not going to turn the other cheek forever. He has bitten his tongue as John McCain has scuttled the Obamacare replacement. He has bitten his tongue while John McCain said that the Russian collusion scandal was worse than Watergate. No, Senator, it's not. You have nothing. I bit my tongue when Senator John McCain said Roger Stone should be compelled to come before the Senate and explain his relationship with Yukhanovich, the former president of Ukraine, and the Russians. Well, Senator, I'm going to say this slowly so you can follow me. I have no relationship with either. Your demagoguery is not appreciated. You owe me an apology. But while we're at it, Senator, I've got a question for you. Why did you meet with Oleg Deripaska, who was a bagman oligarch for Vladimir Putin during your campaign for president? You were warned by the FBI that he was a Russian agent, but you chose to meet with him anyway. Here's my follow-up question, Senator McCain. How much money did you ask him for your Republican Institute, a front organization that legally can take foreign funds, unlike your presidential campaign? John McCain was in bed with Vladimir Putin. John McCain was the Republican candidate for president colluding with the Russians. John McCain should be ashamed of himself. Now, let me turn to the controversy that has dominated the news today, and that is a claim that President Donald Trump has not reached out to the families of our fallen men and women who die in the line of combat. This is a manifestation, in all honesty, of sloppy staff work by General John Kelly, the White House Chief of Staff. I have confirmed that President Trump has either written to or called the parents and families of every fallen soldier whose information has reached the president's desk. Meaning any serviceman or woman whose family did not get proper respects paid by the President of the United States did not do so because of a failure by General Kelly to provide the president with that information. General Kelly's supposed to be, well, I'm the source of all information. And now we have a smear by Congresswoman Frederica Wilson, a black radical from Florida, who claims that the president told a Floridian widow of a serviceman, well, your husband knew what he signed up for. The president never said that. And Congresswoman, you look stupid in that cowboy hat. Congressmen from South Florida don't wear cowboy hats. It was stupid looking when you wore it in the state Senate. It's stupid looking when you wear it in the House. Lose the cowboy hat, will you please? So this, again, is the media seeking to distract from the big news. The big news the Obama administration knew about, had proof of, payoffs by the Russian nuclear industry, massive $145 million payoffs to the Clinton Foundation, a $500,000 payoff to former President Bill Clinton in order to get Hillary Clinton to approve the transfer of the control of 20% of the enriched uranium in the United States to the Russians, a company controlled by the Russian state. James Comey knew. Robert Mueller, both former FBI directors, they both knew. Then U.S. Attorney Rod Rosenstein knew. Deputy FBI Director Andrew McCabe knew. But no one was informed on the Private Seas Investment Board that had to approve transfer of uranium control. Attorney General Eric Holder sits on that board. He was certainly aware, but he raised no objection to the transfer of this valuable strategic material to the Russians. So what does the mainstream media do? Simple. We change the subject. You will not get reporting like this anywhere else on the net or in the mainstream media, which is why I implore you to get to the Infowars.com site where we need your support and where Super Male Vitality and Anthroplex, both on extraordinary discount, but the synergy of these two products, the very, very best. Help us, help yourself, help your male vitality if you're a He-Man like myself and Alex Jones by going to the site now. George Soros will not be happy about your purchase.
Hello, Mr. Anderson. The NSA has noticed how much
Warhead of choice with Emmerich's SPA.
Will it affect War Room Show
food for up to 25 years and still maintain its nutrition and flavor. That's right. Now's the time to build your own food storage with Harvest Rice freeze dryers. Go to InfoWarsStore.com to learn more and check out this innovative and smart technology that's easy to use. And let me tell you something, it is perfect for freeze drying fruits, vegetables, meats, dairy products, desserts, and entire. Check it out right now.
Special guest, we have Pastor Mark Burns. Trump started by playing the keyboards and singing gospel music with a family group, the Burns Brothers of Belton, South Carolina. Now, I, for one, believe it's time for somebody in the United States Senate who can really rock out, and I think that's Mark Burns. Welcome to InfoWars, Pastor Burns.
Thanks for having me, Roz. I love that intro.
Well, this is, I think, important. I tweeted the other day that you were even casually considering public office and that many, many South Carolina Republicans have openly urged you to challenge Lindsey Graham, who has been a thorn in the side of our president, kind of the Sancho Panza to John McCain, king of the rhinos. We all wish Senator McCain well with his health problems, but I had no idea after I tweeted this, the firestorm it would engender. I've learned that you have many, many friends and admirers in South Carolina, both Republican and Democrat, and I think a lot of this has to do with the fact that you have been willing to stand up and say things that no one else is willing to say, particularly on the issues of the Confederate statutes and our heritage. So why is it that many people seem to be flocking to your standard?
Well, Roger,